Okay, we're doing the redo episode with Tung,
Hey.
and this is the new 2023 version.
Upgraded.
Upgraded. You were on the show 7 years ago.
7 years ago.
7 years ago.
That's been a long time.
And so what we're going to do is, so I didn't tell Tung the premise of this episode that we're going to do, but what we're going to do is we are going to do a look back. So I took notes in my phone of what you talked about 7 years ago. And so I'm going to tell you that, and then we're going to talk about how things have changed in the 7 years.
Bear in mind,
attitudes.
7 years ago.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be really good. Yeah, no, we'll get into that in a minute. All right, stay with us. Okay, we got Tung back, and so this is your 2023 new episode. Tung is back in St. Roch Market.
We're back.
As much as things have changed, things have kind of remained the same because you're here doing Vietnamese food.
Vietnamese food. The building hasn't changed. Still the same.
So that's one of the things that we talked about actually. So this is the things that we talked about 7 years ago when you were on the show. Yeah, the building hasn't changed because I said, "Oh, you're a neighbor of mine down the way," and you're back in your original stall down to. And I said, "Oh, you're like right down the block," and it is right down the block on my side.
He can't handle me every day. That's why I have to be down the block.
We also did a little quick episode where we were dancing with the 610 Stompers.
Oh, that's
remember
right.
that?
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
The 610 Stompers.
You won't ever see me in a dance floor ever again.
And believe me, if you go back and look at that episode, you'll find out why. It's not. It was ridiculous. And I'm going to link your old episode 7 years ago, and I'll link the 610 Stomper episode, the 610 Stomper episode down there too. And so you were talking about how you are going to do Americanized street food. Is what you said.
So that was the premises. I think that we have evolved to that using a lot of Texas-style smoked meats into incorporation of.
Well, now you never used that term in the thing. That's today.
That's today. That's 7 years of growth.
You wanted to make it that way, and this is where you came. So you could, if you want to see his thoughts on where he wanted to go, and
versus where we are
where
now.
You're at. Yeah.
It's
really interesting.
With all the vendors that came and gone, learning from them. Damian Brugger when he was here with the barbecue stuff, and then Micah next door to me when he was down there with Fed Old Fed. I learned a lot from those two guys, just teaching me about incorporating flavor profiles and execution and all that kind of stuff. So it kind of evolved with just being in here.
Yeah. And then because you were talking about, because I started making fun of you because you had this huge Asian menu.
Yeah.
It was an insane menu at first. You had a ton of things.
8 different items, 20 different options.
And I was telling you then, I was saying, hey, you do the stuff that you're passionate about.
Yeah.
Get your menu less. And how many items you got on your menu?
I have 3 items right now, and I do it really well.
Right. You do the 3, and that has. So those 3 items, you can see how the evolution that you just spoke about with Damian, Micah,
with Jen and
Crystal,
Crystal,
all those people.
All of them.
Evolved your food, and so now you're not just doing basic, Vietnamese. You're doing a Vietnamase that it's all you.
Yeah. So it's not your basic traditional Vietnamese food. It's more so that it speaks my personality and what I was raised on with being able to reach out, eating barbecue and tacos and all these other items that in your New Orleans you have access to.
Wait till you see the episode.
It's
you
not
say
like
that.
that.
No, you say that.
Oh yeah.
You say that because you grew up in Gretna and you talk about suburbia and Gretna and stuff. So
I mean, when you go,
you didn't see it, you didn't watch it. Yeah, it's cool that Micah did the same thing. He said verbatim stuff that he said 7 years ago. Beating the same drum. Because you were talking about, and also, then we were redoing St. Roch back then as well.
Yeah.
Because it was shut down for Katrina, and you were talking about bringing the community back to St. Roch then.
Yeah.
And now here we are 7 years ago.
Bring the community.
We're trying to bring the community back to St. Roch.
Look,
Let's talk about that.
So since I've been back, I've seen a lot of familiar faces, which we appreciate, and we need more, right? Haven't seen people come and go from this place. It's just we need those regulars that came in before to come back again, and just make the ship float, right?
And and Micah, in his episode recently, which is the episode before this one, he was talking about how he gets a new person every day. It's like, oh, I haven't been here in so long. Like, because I think COVID too changed a lot of people's habits.
COVID and the hurricanes.
Hurricanes was brutal.
So I mean, look, we're all here. We're all trying to fight the big fight and help keep this place alive.
Keep it going.
Right.
And then so we want you to come back to St. Roch again.
Back to St. Roch.
7 years ago, we were like, bring it back to St. Roch, and we're bringing it back to St. Roch again.
Playing all the hits.
Same thing. And in fact, it was either your episode or Micah's episode. Craig walked in through the back.
I know, right?
And I do want to get Craig. Craig is a big important part. Because in Michael Jones's episode, which was my first new episode back, he was talking about how much Craig meant to him and everything. So we can't wait to
look, having the core like Mike Jones and Craig back and just like we know how to run the ship.
Yeah.
Let's just run the ship correctly, and you guys can come on back and see us and see how we change since the last regime.
Because your food, like when I was making fun of you with your big ass menu, I wanted you to I was like, oh, I want to see what you can do. And now I have seen, I watched you evolve and saw that you've got this whole new cuisine. Your pho's totally different. You got this entirely new cuisine, if you will, that was invented within these walls.
It was truly invented within these walls. With that being said, it's nowhere else in the city you can have barbecuing your pho.
Yeah.
Like, there's nowhere. We're doing from smoked brisket to pork belly.
And you invented that because of different cultures in this room.
In this room. So being in this room with having the variety of different cultures and foods and different chefs in here with their talents and everything, it helps me grow as a chef and learn from them as well.
Yeah. And you could totally tell because now your food, and even when you're eating something else in here, you're like, try this with that and that. Like your flavor profiles, your palate, your expertise is from 7 years ago to today.
That's very flattering, y'all. You're buttering me up.
It has. When I was making fun of your silly menu back then, but now your menu is really those 3-4 items you've got on your menu. You want to try them. There are a blend of cultures. Like your pho is one of the things I've been saying. Like, okay, we like gumbo, blah blah blah, but gumbo happened in New Orleans because of the blend of different cultures.
I never knew that.
It's a blend of different cultures. French, African, everything came together to make gumbo.
That's a great description of my pho.
And your pho's a hot soup too.
Yeah,
it's the same thing.
Yeah,
it's a hot
soup.
It's a hot soup like gumbo.
Yeah.
So the other thing I wanted to talk about too, you were drinking what you were drinking coffee-wise back then. I didn't tell you what it was.
Okay.
Drink it. Tell me what you think. Do you love it? You hate it? With 7 years, this was your drink.
Oh, this is super sweet.
This is your drink. This was your drink of choice.
Oh my goodness.
St. Roch, St. Roch blend, which is my coffee and chicory blend, which was inspired by St. Roch Market.
Yeah.
We'll get into that in another episode. But this is with vanilla syrup.
With vanilla syrup.
And no milk.
With no milk
for your lactose intolerant.
So I have changed my coffee of choice. Now it's just strictly cold brew, 12 months out the year. Mm-hmm. Straightforward.
I know you had your cold brew in your hand. I'm like, put that back because I want you to try.
Oh, man. I haven't had this in a long time.
It's 7 years. It's only been 7 years. So come see us. We are excited to be back. We are excited to have been. I've grown. I've got one of the things as I'm editing these new episodes.
Gray?
I've got a lot.
No, this right.
A lot grayer.
Oh yeah,
totally grayer. I'm a lot grayer. But the fact that I'm watching the episode, it's so funny. Watching these old episodes as I'm editing and learning about the old episodes to edit the new episodes, I'm like, so much has changed. But so much really hasn't. We want to bring the community back to St. Roch. We love this building. We've seen so many people make connections and things happen here that we wanted to keep going on.
I challenge all of y'all. When Kevin had mentioned that he was about to take this over, I came in and gave him a visit, and I just made a lap around the columns. And once I got to the back where the bar is at, and I just looked straight out to the door, and it was like, that's that feeling. It's hard to explain, but we invite you to come back and do that same lap. And if you've been here, you'll know what I'm talking about.
There are very few buildings like this. Absolutely.
Come on by. We'll welcome y'all in and see y'all soon.
We'll see you soon. Take care.
Man, that's sweet, man. I used to drink that all the time.